Hey there,
Jesus!
Swindle here with another great product! Oh, my apologies. I didn't mean to startle you. I just wanted to include you in this once-of-a-lifetime deal!
A deal? What kind of deal?
Oh, just the best deal you'll ever make.
Okay.
What would you say if I told you that I had my servos on an exclusive product that, if you bought, would have exponential turnover value?
I would consider it. What's the product?
A one-of-a-kind, genuine, never-before-seen sense of humor.
Wait, what?
You need to work on your stuff, man. These skits are lame.
Look, it's supposed to be situational humor. If you wanted stand-up, go to a comedy club.
Sure.
Okay, I'm not going easy on you in your review. Alright, what is up, Transformer fans, and welcome to the second Bruticus week. This is day 4, and we're taking a look at the Combiner Wars Deluxe Class Swindle. He is a heavy remold of the Combiner Wars Rook Deluxe. Obviously, he's this yellow Jeep four-wheeler go-kart looking thing. It says he's supposed to be a Jeep, but he really looks like a mishmash of a bunch of different types of vehicles. He really doesn't say Jeep to me, in all honesty. He just looks kind of like a combat vehicle that's got this roll cage. I don't really know, honestly. He comes with this hand-foot gun, which all of them do. It's in the same really nice brushed metal. It's kind of got these two blasters on the end, and it's got like these, it looks like really angry robot faces right there. They're like, meh. So there's that. But his other weapon is already attached, and this is why I really like these kinds of weapons, not just the arbitrary guns that get thrown in with a guy who has missiles for arms. This is Swindle's tri-barrel Gatling gun blaster thingy, and it pegs on right here on top of the vehicle, and it looks like it's supposed to be there. It literally mounts right up there. It's the same nice dark gunmetal gray as the roll cage. It just looks so nice. Obviously, his vehicle mode is this kind of mustardy yellow Jeep-looking thing. He's got gunmetal gray here. I already talked about the gunmetal gray up there. A little teeny tiny Decepticon symbol right there. Black wheels. Back here, he has a yellow hubcap. Up here, he does not. That's weird. On the side, let's take a moment. Let's appreciate all the little intricate details here. He's got these little saddlebags and a step and some wiring and some vents. Yeah, he's cool. Back here, there's not much going on. It's just a solid wall with some purple. So, he is just a plain old Jeep thing, and I say Jeep with air quotes. Let's compare him to his mold predecessor. Here he is with Rook. You can see, obviously, the lines back here are very similar. The only major difference with Swindle is that he's kind of lower and sleeker to the ground, and he only has 4 wheels, whereas Rook has 6. So, yeah, there's that. If you were to ask me which vehicle mode I thought was more solid, in a heartbeat I would still tell you Rook, because he folds up nice and clean and you don't see a lot of the robot mode. Unfortunately for Swindle, you do see a lot of the robot mode. Obviously, these are his feet, if you know what you're looking at, and they don't hide very well. You see his hands right here, and they don't hide very well. And his head back there, with that weird patch of color, doesn't hide very well either. On Rook, it did, because it blended in with this big black hunk right here. So, unfortunately, Swindle's vehicle mode does not tickle my fancy too much.
I'll have you know that this vehicle mode is state-of-the-art, equipped with steel-belted radials, Moroccan leather seats, and an extra-large cup holder.
Okay, cool. I'm still not a
Look,
fan.
we can always negotiate. What would you say if I threw in a vehicle mode appearance package, courtesy of the fine folks at Repro Labels, only $49.99?
No, thank you. Transforming Swindle to robot mode, what you want to do first is take off his little gun there, set it over to the side. Then you want to take the whole front of the robot, and you want to, or not the robot, the car, you want to kind of lift it up like so. Come back here, take his head, and go ahead and pull it all the way down and forward so that it's out of the way. While this is up here, you want to unpeg his arms and swing them out to the side. Then this panel comes up like here and pegs in right there. Then the legs accordion fold all the way down like that. And flip up the feet. Stand him up. Rotate his arm around like so. And then rotate his head. And there we have Swindle in his robot mode. Here in robot mode, a lot of detail has been revealed. His chest here with the purple and black kind of looking like a front of a vehicle. And down here you've got what looks to be like the grille and fog lights of a Jeep, which would be great if the vehicle mode actually looked like a Jeep. Anyway, a lot of the mustard yellow is back. You've got some black detailing here. His head, we'll go ahead and take an up-close look at that, is kind of a darker gray with that lighter gunmetal gray as the face and the big purple eyes he's known for in G1. Coming down here, you can see light gray in his waist, black thighs. Coming down, there's a lot of detail here in his legs. You got all these armor panels, and there's a bunch of piping, and overall, he just looks too beefy to be the Swindle that I remember. I mean, the character just does not warrant being this beefy. I just don't quite get it.
All this armor plating is 100% guaranteed, and trust me, when you're an intergalactic sales bot, you need some extra plating.
Swindle, you're not going to change my opinion of you. You can't sell me on something that I know I'm not a big fan of.
Well, then perhaps I can change your mind by showing you my hyperflux field generator.
A hyperflux field generator? What's that?
Well, let's see.
Oh, hey! Do not do that again. Ugh, why am I tasting metal?
Oh, I forgot to mention, that's a side effect. Other side effects include, but are not limited to, nausea, vomiting, death.
Death?
I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay, let's finish this review before I keel over. Anyway, Swindle's weapons do mount in robot mode. You can take his hand-foot gun and plug them on here or on his hand. But the big thing I like to do is I like to take his little triple-barreled gun here and plug it in right here on his arm, kind of like G1. It just kind of makes him look different. You know, and if that doesn't tickle your fancy, there's also a way to plug it in. It clips in on the back here on his little backpack, and it can kind of sling over his shoulder if you want to do that. So that's an option. But I like to stick it on his arm there and kind of give him like a kind of a fusion cannon looking deal. So there's his weapons. Posability in robot mode. He's got a articulated ball joint on his head, ball joint on the shoulder with a cutout to the side, swivel here below the shoulder, kind of a ratchet elbow bend. You get some rotation at the waist, a ball joint out to the side, swivel forward and backward, a ball joint forward and backward, a swivel at the thigh, a knee bend, and then he also gets that cool little ankle tilt that Rook had. So, speaking of Rook, let's bring him on in here. And once again, I mean, I think Rook just really takes the cake. He looks more solid in robot mode, and you know, overall he just looks cleaner. The only thing Rook has that is a little bit of complaint is this hood back here, but it kind of looks like a backpack, and it looks really neat. I kind of like it for a SWAT man. And the other thing, Swindle has regular handholds, but he doesn't have this, which is definitely one of the coolest things. You can just plug any weapon in and he uses it as a hand. I love that feature. So overall, Swindle is cool. He definitely is a good Combaticon. He definitely is different, and, you know, I like that. But in terms of the use of this mold, I think Rook is the best option. So, anyway, thanks for viewing this video, and I'll see you tomorrow in Bruticus Week 85.